ever pondered over the sudden disappearance of my YouTube channel? One moment it was there, bustling with activity, and the next, poof! It was as if it had vanished into thin air. The discovery of the channel's downtime was an unexpected shock. It was a regular day just like any other until the unsettling realization dawned upon us. The initial reactions were a whirlwind of confusion and concern. Questions swirled around like a tempest in a teacup. Was the channel hacked? Did it fall victim to a glitch in the system? Or was it a deliberate act of sabotage? Speculations ran rampant, theories were spun, yet no concrete answers surfaced. The channel's community, the heart and soul of its existence, was understandably shaken. Concerned messages flooded in, everyone eager for answers, yet all we were left with was a growing sense of unease. Quite a mystery, wouldn't you agree? The mystery deepened as I embarked on a mission to uncover the truth. My initial step was to reach out to the only source that could possibly shed some light on the situation: YouTube support. After all, they were the ones who held the keys to the enigma that was my channel's sudden disappearance. I sent an email outlining my predicament and asking for assistance. I patiently waited for their response, hoping for a quick and clear explanation. I was met with a generic response, a sort of automated message that didn't really provide any specific answers. It was like trying to find a needle in a haystack, except this haystack was a maze of automated responses and vague guidelines. Not to be deterred, I tried to navigate the labyrinth of YouTube's help center. I pored over countless articles and FAQs, hoping to stumble upon a clue. But the more I delved into it, the more it seemed like I was chasing shadows. The information available was plentiful, yes, but it was also incredibly vague and broad. It covered a wide range of possible issues, but none that specifically addressed my situation. Frustration began to take hold, but I was determined not to let it deter me. I reached out to fellow YouTubers, thinking perhaps they might have encountered a similar issue or could offer some insight. Their responses varied from expressions of sympathy to sharing their own horror stories with YouTube's support system. While it was comforting to know that I wasn't alone, it didn't bring me any closer to a solution. The lack of clear answers and the absence of direction were maddening. It felt like I was stuck in a loop, running in circles without making any progress. But as the saying goes, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And so I decided to take matters into my own hands. Every mystery has a solution. Every problem, a resolution. I wasn't about to let this setback stop me from finding out what happened to my channel. The plot thickens, and so did my determination to resolve this. The truth, as they say, is often stranger than fiction. Well, that's just what happened here. You see, the reasons behind the channel's downtime are as complex as they are unexpected. Let's start with the YouTube algorithm. It's a machine learning system designed to sort, filter, and recommend videos to users. However, it's not perfect. In fact, it has a tendency to mistake certain content for something it's not. Think of it as a well-intentioned but somewhat confused robot. It saw some of our content and, well, it got a bit confused. It ended up flagging some of our videos thinking they were violating the platform's community guidelines. Now let's move on to the second issue: copyright strikes. YouTube takes copyright issues very seriously. If someone claims you've used their copyrighted material without permission, you could get a copyright strike. 3 of these and your channel could be suspended. That's exactly what happened here. A few of our videos were hit with copyright strikes, even though we had taken care to ensure that all content was original or properly licensed. The combination of these 2 issues led to the temporary suspension of the channel. YouTube's algorithm, in its well-meaning but somewhat misguided attempt to keep the platform safe and enjoyable for everyone, had mistaken our content for something it wasn't. At the same time, the copyright strikes, which we still believe were issued in error, pushed us over the edge. But don't worry, we didn't take this lying down. We understood that these issues were part and parcel of being on a platform like YouTube. We knew we had to take action to stand up for our content and, most importantly, for our community. So there you have it. The reasons behind our channel's downtime, a mix of machine confusion and copyright complications, a twist in the tale, wouldn't you say? The fight was on. There was no turning back. With the revelation of the issues causing the channel's disappearance, the gloves were off and it was time for action. Right off the bat, the first step was to reach out to YouTube. It's like walking into a labyrinth, trying to reach out to a human on the other side of the platform. The goal was to get clear answers, to understand the precise reason for the channel's suspension. After what felt like an eternity of automated responses and dead-end links, a glimmer of hope emerged. An appeal was launched, laying out the situation and asking for a thorough review of the channel. Next, it was time to tackle the copyright issues. This was a tricky part, navigating the labyrinthine rules and regulations of copyright law. Every video was scrutinized, every piece of content was examined for potential infringements. It was akin to a detective's work, sifting through the minutiae, looking for any potential triggers that might have caused the shutdown. While working on the copyright issues, it was also crucial to understand YouTube's algorithm. It's a complex beast, constantly evolving, and it's crucial to stay in its good graces. The algorithm was studied, tutorials were watched, experts were consulted. It was a deep dive into the world of SEO, keywords, and viewer engagement. The goal was to not only get the channel back up, but to ensure it thrived in the future. The efforts were tireless, the nights were long, there were moments of frustration, moments of despair, but the resolve never wavered. It was more than just a channel, it was a platform for expression, a community built over time, and that made every struggle, every hurdle worth fighting. Yes, it was a challenging journey filled with unexpected turns and steep climbs, but every step was a learning experience, a chance to grow and evolve. It was a tough battle, but one worth fighting. Every cloud has a silver lining, and mine was no different. After a period of uncertainty and confusion, the resolution finally arrived. The issue that had caused my channel suspension was identified and rectified. It was a whirlwind of emotions, a mixed bag of relief and trepidation. However, the experience was enlightening. It was a journey that taught me valuable lessons about the digital world we inhabit. The suspension, as difficult as it was, presented an opportunity for growth and learning. It allowed me to delve into the inner workings of the platform and understand the guidelines better. I realized that it's not just about creating and sharing content, but also about respecting and adhering to the rules set by the platform. Moving forward, I took measures to ensure that such a situation would not arise again. I reviewed all my previous content, making sure it was in line with the guidelines. I also started attending webinars and workshops to stay updated with the latest changes and trends in the digital space. The experience taught me that setbacks are not the end. They are merely stepping stones that lead us to better things. I also learned the importance of community, of standing together in times of adversity. The support and encouragement I received from fellow creators and viewers were overwhelming and heartwarming. In the end, it was not just about the revival of a YouTube channel, but also about the revival of a spirit, a determination. It was about learning to navigate through the complexities of the digital world and emerging stronger. As I stepped back into the realm of content creation, I was not the same person. I was more aware, more knowledgeable, and more resilient. I had a fresh perspective and a renewed enthusiasm. I was ready to embrace challenges and turn them into opportunities. This journey, as tumultuous as it was, has made me a better creator and a stronger individual. It has instilled in me a sense of responsibility towards my content and my viewers. It has taught me to rise above the obstacles and keep moving forward. And so the phoenix rose from the ashes, stronger and wiser. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. With those words, we dove headfirst into our revival, armed with a newfound determination and a hearty dose of optimism. Our comeback was met with an outpouring of warmth from the community, a testament to the bond we'd fostered over the years. Subscribers old and new rallied around us, their support a beacon that guided us through the aftermath of our setback. We took this opportunity to refresh our approach, incorporating new strategies that were a blend of our tried and tested methods and innovative ideas. Our content, too, underwent a transformation. We infused it with more authenticity, more engagement, and more of what made us unique. This comeback wasn't just about getting back on our feet, it was about coming back stronger, bolder, and better than ever before. This journey has been a testament to resilience, to the power of community, and to the indomitable spirit of creativity. And that, my friends, is the story of my YouTube channel's downtime and triumphant return.